Good evening. This is how to pass your probationary period. This is Driving with Myles. I'm a state certified instructor. I've been teaching teens and adults how to drive for 21 years. I do DMV test prep, road test prep. I teach segment one, segment two, and I also conduct private examinations for adults. So we're going to talk about how do you pass your probationary period in 2021? What is your probationary period? And what could cause you to lose your license in that probationary period? Well, number one, you always need to wear your seatbelt. That is a proven fact. Your seatbelt will keep you from being thrown in the vehicle and thrown out of the vehicle. Next, in most parts of the United States and a lot around the world, teens can't consume alcohol until they're 21. So this is called zero tolerance. You cannot consume any alcohol, but there is a small moment when you can. This is during a religious ceremony. So let's get into it. You want to reduce the risk of being in an accident. This means you got to have full attention. Driving takes concentration. Typically, we drive students for an hour for one drive. Usually around 40 to 45 minutes, students lose control. They lose focus. It's really important that you focus on your driving, focus on your speed control, and focus on the environment around you. A lot is happening all the time, and it's always changing. What is a probationary period? This period is for all new drivers. It doesn't matter how old you are, and it can last up to 3 years. If you have an accident, they can extend that time out, or if it's an at-fault accident, they can call you in for a re-examination. This is where you're going to go into your local DMV, and they're going to sit down and ask you a series of questions. And if they're not satisfied with your response, you could lose your license on the spot. So this is serious. Many states and provinces around the world have a GDL. What is this? This is a graduated driver's license. It's a mix of programs that are in the classroom. You go from one level, a level one to a level two, a G1 to a G2. This has been proven to reduce accidents for all new drivers and not just teens. Typically, in the location where I'm from, is 14 years, 8 months. This is when you can start taking driver's education. It could be 16 where you are, it could be 18, it could be 17 and a half. It varies from location to location. Does the Secretary of State do they know if, hey, how are you doing, Mary? Do they know if you have been, and Mary, thank you for all the support. Thank you for the thumbs up. I'm trying to bring those numbers up. Thank you so much. We're talking about the probationary period of all drivers, so this might be important. So let's pretend Mary got rear-ended. It was not her fault. The other driver receives a ticket. That driver, say, on a probationary period, they could be called in for a re-examination. Let's pretend Mary was speeding. Of course, right? Someone would rear-end you. You're a good driver. But let's pretend that Mary, she ran a light and she got a speeding. She ran a light, got a traffic violation. So now this could trigger, you're going to get a letter from the Secretary of State. Mary, blah, 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 you received a ticket. We're going to call you in for a re-examination because the province or the Secretary of State or the DMV wants you to be a really good driver, right? So anytime you're convicted of a traffic violation, have a crash, the Secretary of State will be notified. And this goes on your driving record, okay? And because many of you are under 21 or you're on your parents' insurance, your parents are going to have a little surprise. And I'm a parent too, and we've had surprises. That surprise is an increase in your automotive insurance. So automotive insurance is very high because there are a lot of collisions out there, accidents, and people who are uninsured. That's another session. So you're going to be called in for that re-examination. They're going to talk to you. They're going to ask you about your behavior. Why are you driving like this? They have a series of questions, and a group of people will examine. Next, how long will you be on probation? Is 3 years, right? So you must, in the probation period, and drive at least 10 months. You have to be safe. So again, it may last longer if you're unsafe. It doesn't end quicker, but again, these rules are there to make sure all of you are safe. You're making good decisions. And through statistical information, people have been driving safer, less teen accidents, lower insurance rates. So please give us a thumbs up. This is a quick one. I'm going to be doing some other content in a few minutes. Thank you, Mary. Please give us a thumbs up. And God bless you. I hope you learned something today about your probationary period. Thank you so much. Have a blessed evening.